On Monday of the Passion Week, John records this scene for us. He writes, "Now there were some Greeks among those who went up to worship at the feast. They came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida in Galilee, with a request. 'Sir,' they said, 'we would like to see Jesus.' Philip went to tell Andrew. Andrew and Philip in turn told Jesus. Jesus replied, 'The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. I tell you the truth, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seed. The man who loves his life will lose it, while the man who hates his life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Whoever serves me must follow me, and where I am, my servant will also be. My Father will honor the one who serves me. Now, my heart is troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? No, it was for this very reason I came to this hour. Father, glorify your name.' Then a voice came from heaven. 'I have glorified it, and will glorify it again.' The crowd that was there and heard it said it had thundered. Others said an angel had spoken to him. Jesus said, 'This voice was for your benefit, not mine. Now is the time for judgment on this world. Now the prince of this world will be driven out. But I, when I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all men to myself.' He said this to show the kind of death he was going to die." On Monday of the Passion Week, one of Jesus' disciples was approached by some Greeks, and he quickly ran and told another disciple how these Gentiles wanted to be introduced to Jesus. Just like the Gentile Magi had traveled so far with gifts fit for a king, so now these Gentiles came to give glory to the true Jewish king. But Jesus wasn't seeking kingly glory from people. He knew that the time was coming when he would receive glory from the cross from God the Father. Did you catch Jesus' words? He said, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified." Jesus spoke of his death as a glorification. It was true in nature that until a kernel of wheat died, it could not multiply itself. Jesus said in the same way, until I die, I cannot reproduce my life in others. But knowing that his death was right around the corner, Jesus said, my heart became troubled. And so he cries out to his Father that the Father would be glorified. And for the third time during the life of Christ, the Father responds from heaven. Do you remember God the Father? He spoke at Jesus' baptism. He spoke at the transfiguration. And now he speaks here. This thundering voice from God the Father replies, "I have glorified it and will glorify it again." The Father had been glorified by the life and ministry of Jesus. The Father would be glorified through the resurrection of Jesus, and the Son is glorifying the Father now. And Jesus said that the reason the people heard the Father speak, it was for their good, not his, because even though they didn't understand it yet, everything Jesus was doing for them, because Jesus Christ, God the Son, died for the sins of many, and in so doing, he honored the Father. Now, all of us, as adopted sons and daughters of God, we too can honor the Father.